Is it true you can do more nothing and get more accomplished? Based on past experience, I believe that is true. And in today's episode, I'm going to share exactly why. I spent the last few years building a successful online business while learning from some of the most brilliant marketing minds and coaches on the planet. And now, I've walked away from that business to start over again from scratch. Why? Because, like you, I felt the calling of contribution and the all-consuming need to create a business giving me the freedom to put fatherhood and family first, while fulfilling my calling to share my expertise in order to serve and impact others in a positive way. Join me now as we walk the path together to create the life and business of our dreams. I'm Evans Putman. Welcome to the journey of the profitable, purposeful entrepreneur. What is up, my profitable, purposeful entrepreneurs? So I know what you're thinking right now. You're probably thinking, seriously, Evans, how can I do nothing and get everything accomplished? Well, it's not exactly do nothing. What the actual question was can you do more nothing while getting everything accomplished? And there's a story behind this, so let me share the story with you because then it's going to make sense and it's going to share why I believe this is totally 100% true in many cases. So, probably a few months ago, maybe, I don't know the exact time frame, depends on when you're listening to this, obviously, I was sharing something that happened to me in a Facebook Live to my purposeful, profitable entrepreneurs. And here's what it was. Here's the story. I was working on something at the time, and I just ran into a roadblock. My brain was locked up. I just couldn't get over this one obstacle, this one hurdle. It's something that we face, maybe not on a day-to-day basis, but especially when you're in the creative zone and you're trying to create something. Maybe you're trying to come up with the title of a podcast. Maybe you're trying to come up with some copy for your sales funnel. Maybe it's something to do with your offer. Maybe it's something to do with the service or product you're providing. Whatever it is, sometimes we run into a roadblock. And that's what I was going through on this day. And I remember this was back in the spring when this happened. So it was a nice day outside. It wasn't hot. I lived down in the South where it can be very hot and humid, but it was a nice day. Kids were still in school. I was at home alone. And I was just beating my head on my desk, bang, 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 trying to figure this one thing out, one simple thing. But it was like this one thing popped up and it was keeping me from making it to the next step. And no matter what I did, I tried to put it out of my mind. I was like, okay, let's just go in and work on something else. My brain kept taking me back to this one thing. I'd use my whiteboard to try to map it out. It still wasn't working. It was driving me crazy. So I left my office. I went upstairs. And while I was upstairs, I looked down. I noticed something out of my peripheral vision, and I looked down, and there was something lying on the ground. It was round. It was white. And I'm thinking, what is that? I have no idea. So I picked it up. I looked at it, and I was like, oh yes, this is from it was a sticker, right? A sticker. And it was from a spa that I was going to that week, later in the week. I was actually going for the very first time ever to get in an isolation tank, float on some salt water, just relax for like an hour. And let me tell you, it was an amazing experience. I'd never done it before, and I actually shared that in my Facebook Live as well, just to let people know about this. But the thing is when they sent me this gift certificate, in that gift certificate, there was a sticker. We all love stickers. This one had somehow fallen out of the envelope while I was walking downstairs with my information. I flipped it over, I looked at it, and on that sticker, staring me in the face, was "Do More Nothing." The words "Do More Nothing," which is pretty appropriate when you think of the spa experience and you're going to lay in a float tank, you're going to sit in the steam sauna. That day included like a steam sauna session, which was amazing, into a float tank for an hour, total sensory deprivation, just floating in the darkness. It was amazing. And then a massage afterwards. It was a great day. It was an awesome birthday present from my family. But that really hit me when I saw that sticker, "Do More Nothing." And I thought, okay, I wonder what that means. For some reason, it's really hitting me hard. So another gift I'd received on Christmas was a basketball. I'd mentioned to my daughter, who's 8 years old, I used to always play basketball growing up. When I was young, whenever I had problems, whenever I was stressed out, I would just go outside and shoot basketball. I would play basketball for hours and hours and hours by myself. I was an only child, and until dinner time. And it was my way of relieving stress, of almost just getting into this zone where everything just felt good. I didn't think about my problems that I may have had in school, all the problems and all the stressors and all the anxiety that we go through growing up. I didn't feel any of that. All I felt was me shooting baskets in my imaginary world, hitting the winning shots, playing with my heroes. I would imagine my heroes were there playing with me while we played basketball. It was great. So I looked over as I came down the steps with that sticker that said "Do More Nothing," and I looked over and I saw the basketball. And I thought, you know what? I've got a few hours to spare before the kids get out of school. We've got a basketball goal over here near our pool in the amenities area of my neighborhood. So I know there won't be anybody there. At least there usually isn't 90% of the time, except for when kids are out of school. So I'm going to go over there now. I'm just going to take the ball over there, walk over, just shoot baskets a little bit, just take my mind off of things. And here's where the magic happened. I went over there, I did more nothing. And now by doing more nothing, obviously I was doing something. I was shooting baskets, but my brain was not thinking about the problem, the obstacle, the thing that was bothering me at all. It was gone out of my brain for the first time in like 2 days. It was gone. So during that magic time of about an hour while I was shooting basketball, just out there shooting, enjoying myself, not thinking about anything, all of a sudden, the answer to my problem came into my head. And it was so amazing that I almost wanted to stop right then and run home. But I grabbed my phone, I opened up my notes app, I jotted down what had come to my head. I continued to shoot basketball. I continued to just do nothing while I was actually doing something. And the answer, not only did the answer come to me, but it began to expand. It began to give me more than just the answer. I began to see how that answer could be worked in different ways and how things could go in different ways and expand and grow to where not only was it then an obstacle previously that was holding me back, now it was like jet fuel that was going to accelerate me through the issue, through the answer, through what I wanted to do. And it was 100% amazing because I had spent that time doing nothing, doing more nothing. And by doing that, I was able to accomplish everything. Over the next week, I could just get right through that goal. I completed the project that I wanted to complete before the deadline got there. It flowed effortlessly from that moment on. And it was almost like I was just given a magic answer by letting my brain focus, just release the tension and focus on something else and not really be focused at all. So when I asked the question, can you do more nothing and accomplish everything? I do believe you can. And like I said, it doesn't mean sitting on the sofa, filling yourself full of snack foods and junk food, staring at Netflix, binge watching Netflix, doing nothing. But instead of continuing to focus on the thing that you were doing, instead of trying to paddle upstream, go for a walk, get out in nature, meditate, go for a workout, go shoot basketball. Do something that takes your mind to another place. And by taking your mind to that other place, you'll begin to flow downstream. And the answers, the solutions will come to you. So I'm going to end it there. I want you to know that this is something that I've tried to implement within my business and within this journey from that day forward. I actually keep that sticker. I still have it. I didn't even unpeel it. I just have it in my office where at any moment, if I ever forget, I can look over and there it is. And it tells me, don't worry about it. Just do more nothing. Okay, profitable, purposeful entrepreneurs. Love y'all. Hope you have a great day and keep doing more nothing. Keep going downstream. Everything will get accomplished in the right time, in the right way. Hey, all my podcasting entrepreneur friends, this is Evans. Listen, I got a question for you guys. What is the big result you want with your podcast? It could be many answers. Is it to rapidly increase your subscribers? Do you want to attract top tier guests, the biggest names in your industries? Maybe you want to grow a large, engaged marketing list, an email list, Facebook Messenger list, maybe a Facebook group that is full of people who eagerly await you to come out with new offers so they can snatch them up because they know and trust you, right? Maybe it's you just want your podcast to deliver predictable income and profits without having to run ads from other companies. Well, here's the thing. The last company I was involved in, the one that I left right before coming here, I was in charge of growing that podcast and coming up with strategies just like those that delivered results just like those. We quickly got to over 4 million downloads. We averaged 150,000 plus downloads a month. And that all started at being stagnant at around 30,000 downloads and had been there for like 6 months. So we quickly grew that subscriber base. Once we did that, we were able to leverage that to get people like Grant Cardone, Robert Kiyosaki, Dean Graziosi, Barbara Corcoran, John Lee Dumas, Hal Elrod. Those are some of the people I know off the top of my head that were on the podcast. And what's even more important is we were able to then creatively come up with assets that we didn't even have to spend money and time to create, and use those assets to be able to build a marketing list in both emails, Facebook Messenger, and a massively engaged Facebook group. Okay, and these things were full of our listeners, people that trusted us, they loved us, they became customers. They were hyperactive buyers is what we like to call them, because when they bought again and again and again, all your upsells, all your downsells, everything you were selling practically. And the awesome thing is that we were able to turn this into predictable, profitable income. Over 500 grand in revenue from the podcast. And we didn't run any Facebook ads. We didn't have to spend any money on ads. We didn't have any outside companies placing ads in our podcast. This was all our profits and all true to our vision with our listeners. So I put together an awesome course on this. I'm building it right now, but you can go get on the wait list and get one of the biggest, most important modules for free. I just want you guys to have that as long as you get on the wait list. It'll be launching it is launching the week of May 20th. So go on and go there right now. It's onepodcastaway.com. ONE podcastaway.com, where you can learn more, watch a testimonial from Pat, my former business partner, about how we grew his podcast, and just learn more about what's offered in this waiting list offer. This is a limited offer for just a few people who come over there and get on it in the next couple of weeks, because at that point we'll be launching the full course. But I want to make sure that I take care of you guys first and wanted to let you all know about it. So onepodcastaway.com, go check it out. Shoot me a message if you have any questions. Come into the Facebook group, find me online on Facebook. You can always email me at evans@onepodcastaway.com if you have any questions about the course, anything at all. I look forward to helping you guys grow your podcast and making money from your podcast for your business. Thanks a lot. Peace. Have a great day.